وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا سهلا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم ربنا إنا نسألك خيرات وبركات هذه الليلة من رمضان. اللهم أعنا على القيام بحق هذه الليلة واكتبنا فيها من عبادك المقبولين. اللهم اكتبنا في هذه الليلة، ليلة 7 من رمضان، من عتقائك من النار. اللهم اعتق رقابنا من النار. اللهم اعتق رقابنا ورقاب آبائنا وأمهاتنا وإخواننا وأخواتنا وأزواجنا وذرياتنا من النار، وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار. اللهم تقبل منا الصلاة والصيام والدعاء والقيام. اللهم ربنا إنا نسألك أن تجعل هذا الرمضان رمضان فتح ونصر وتمكين لأمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اشفي كل مريض من أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، أنت به عليم. اللهم فك الكرب عن إخواننا المستضعفين في كل مكان، أنت أعلم بهم منا، كلهم ناصرا ومعينا ومؤيدا وظهيرا. اللهم اختم لنا بخير أجمعين وألحقنا بالصالحين، واجعلنا من ورثة جناتك جنة النعيم يا أرحم الراحمين. آمين آمين. آخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. أما بعد, tonight the hadith that we have from the 40 Nawawi hadiths is a hadith that we teach our children. It's a very well-known hadith, and this hadith is لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you, as our Prophet ﷺ says, truly believes until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. And of course, the idea and concept of ukhuwa and the theme of brotherhood in our deen is one of the greatest ni'am of Allah Azza wa Jalla upon the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we find this mentioned in the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jal, He says, لو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ولكن الله ألف بينهم. If you were to spend all that's in the land, you wouldn't have united between them, but Allah gathered between their hearts. Now, of course, when we consider ukhuwa and what it's supposed to mean for iman, if my iman and my practice of Islam lacks a sense of brotherhood, then the issue is with the way I'm living faith and what iman's doing to me as a person. Will every person who claims to be a Muslim experience true brotherhood, be sincere to his brothers, or she'll be sincere to her sisters? The answer is, of course, no. But if iman is lived in the right way, it should transform that feeling that the believer has towards his fellow brothers and sisters. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says in the Quran, وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتُ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ وَيُطِيعُونَ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ أُولَٰئِكَ سَيَرْحَمُهُمُ اللَّهُ. You find in this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentions the believers collectively as being awliya. And what wilayah means is nusra, supporters, victors, champions. Meaning that if I live iman the way it's supposed to be lived, I should care about maslahat akhi. I should care about his interests. And I should be the first one to preserve his interests. And that's why there are many ahadith that emphasize what brotherhood's supposed to be. Brotherhood is not just an ibtisama, a smile, a hug, a few pleasant words. No, brotherhood is something that really affects behavior. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, he teaches us, لا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض لا يخطب الرجل على خصبة أخيه. Prophet ﷺ, he teaches us that Muslims, true believers, don't try to outdo each other in sale. Meaning that I try to steal my brother's business. I try to ruin my brother's business. That I try to ruin my brother's attempts at marriage. That's why it's haram to seek a woman's hand who already has agreed to marry another person. It becomes haram. لا يخطب الرجل على خطبة أخيه. And there's another hadith that This hadith is scary on one end and inspiring on another end. The Prophet ﷺ tells us that if the believer defends his brother in a situation يُنْتَهَكُ فِيهِ مِنْ عِرْضِهِ, that his honor and his dignity is being attacked and wrongfully transgressed against, then Allah Azza wa Jal will preserve his honor on the Day of Judgment. And if the individual يَخْذُلْ أَخَاهِ فِي مَوْطِنٍ يُحِبُّ فِيهِ نُصْرَةً خَذَلَهُ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ عَلَى رُؤُوسِ الْأَشْهَادِ. If someone betrays his brother in a situation he needs his support, just leaves him, then Allah Azza wa Jal will disgrace this person and leave this person in front of everybody on the Day of Judgment. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. You know, ukhuwah is one of those things that is in this dunya, but it is not of this dunya. When ukhuwah is real. When ukhuwah is real, it's not because I have maslaha maddiyah, that I have a return on investment that I'm trying to protect, that I have a business interest. It is not just because I have a blood relation with fulan or fulan. No, ukhuwah is in this dunya, but it is not of this dunya. To actually love someone and not want something in return, this is something special. This is something, if it's lillah, then Allah Azza wa Jal will preserve it for him on the Day of Judgment. There's a hadith that says this, that on the Day of Judgment, ينادي الله عز وجل يوم القيامة فيقول أين المتحابون بجلالي اليوم أظلهم في ظلي يوم لا ظل إلا ظلي. We find that in this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ tells us, Allah says, where are those who love each other truly for my sake? I'm going to give them my shade the day that there's no shade but mine. We know that one of the people who will be in the shade of Allah Azza wa Jal on the Day of Judgment is وَرَجُلَانِ تَحَابَّا فِي اللَّهِ اجْتَمَعَا عَلَيْهِ وَتَفَرَّقَا عَلَيْهِ. So if Allah blessed you with a relationship that doesn't have any dunya interest in it, make sure you keep it. You keep it very close to you. Because this is something that will be for you in your akhirah. Two people who love each other, meet each other for Allah, leave each other for Allah. These are people who will be in the shade of Allah Azza wa Jal. What does it mean to be a brother? What does it mean to be a brother? ما هي حقوق الأخوة? You know, if I want to have good brothers in my life, I need to be a good brother. I need to be someone who actually cares about people. And if I do that, Allah Azza wa Jal will give me, because al-akh fillah rizqun min arzaq ad-dunya. Having a brother for Allah is a form of rizq. Having a true brother for you and your... So many people, they feel so lonely in their lives because they can't trust anybody. Because they're used to people dealing with them in a very materialistic way, opportunistic way, taking advantage, exploiting, being dishonest, being disingenuous. What does it mean to be a brother? If I want good brothers, I need to be a good brother. Being a good brother means a whole lot of things. Meaning when my brother gets weak, I'm there to remind him. إِذَا نَسِيَ ذَكَّرَهُ وَإِذَا ذَكَّرَ أَعَانَهُ. And when he's reminded and he's doing good things, I'm supporting him. I'm lifting him up. I'm not bringing him down. This is min حقوق الأخوة. From the rights of brotherhood is حق النصيحة. Is for me to make sure that I am honest with my brother and I'm giving him the advice that's going to protect him and give him the goodness in this dunya. This is from the rights of brotherhood. It's not something that you do as a favor for somebody. Giving nasiha is protecting the interests of your brother. We talked about this yesterday. What other huquq are there of huquq al-ukhuwa? There are many that the scholars they mention. That if your brother passes away, that from the huquq of ukhuwa is that you go out in his janazah. If someone dear to him passes away, haqq al-ta'ziyah. That if he experiences some type of farah and a celebration, that you're there to celebrate with him. That you express hubb to your brother, express love to your brother. Now, This is something important, because we learn from our Salaf that the expression of love بين الإخوة في الله is something that is critical. It is critical to express this. إني أحب أخلي في الله. The response, I love a brother for the sake of Allah. Then, have you informed him? هل أخبرته? The instruction, the prophetic advice was to go inform your brother you love him. One of the greatest حقوق of أخوة is something that your brother can't see. And that is الدعاء في ظهر الغيب. Is to make dua for your brothers when they're not around you. This is something between you and Allah Azza wa Jal. Do I really make dua for those whom I love for the sake of Allah? This is from their rights upon me. And when I make dua for my brother, then we know, the hadith tells us that there's an angel that is designated that says, وَلَكَ بِمِثْلِهِ. For you, the same like it. Shi'ar al-ukhuwa, the presence of brotherhood, brothers and sisters, is one of the foundational things at the fabric of society. If there's no more brotherhood and no more sincerity and no more genuine relationships, then society altogether will be ruined. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make us true and sincere in our brotherhood, and to gather our hearts upon goodness, and to make us of those who sincerely love each other for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Brothers and sisters, make dua for each other this Ramadan. See all those who you could list out in your sujood. This is an ibadah from one of the greatest ibadat. When you're in sujood, list your brothers out by name. Allahumma ghfir li fulan. Allahumma arham fulan. Allahumma yassir amra fulan. Oh Allah, facilitate the affairs of fulan. Have mercy upon fulan. List them out by name. Make dua for them. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us the goodness of this. Allahumma ameen, Allahumma ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. And just a quick announcement. There's a sister who's asking that we make dua for her mother, Al-Hajja Fahima Musa, Hamat Al-Hajj Majdi Abdullah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to have mercy upon her and to elevate her status in Jannah. اللهم اغفر لها وارحمها وعافها واعف عنها وتجاوز عن سيئاتها. اللهم أكرم نزلها واسع مدخلها وجاف الأرض عن جنبيها. اللهم إن كانت محسنة فزد في إحسانها وإن كانت مسيئة فتجاوز عن سيئاتها. اللهم اغسلها بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقها من الذنوب والخطايا والآثام كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم اجعل مأواها الجنة ولا تجعل مأواها النار. اللهم اجعل مأواها الجنة ولا تجعل مأواها النار. اللهم أبدلها دارا خيرا من دارها وأهلا خيرا من أهلها وجيرانا خيرا من جيرانها وارزق أهلها الصبر والسلوان واجمعهم بها في جناتك جنات النعيم يا أرحم الراحمين. If anyone lost an AirPod or the earpiece, then please let us know. There's one over here, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله